Accumulate is sponsored by Eclectic Games, where excellent gaming experience is guaranteed. For all your card and board gaming needs, Eclectic Games is opposite the post office in Market Way in Reading Town Centre. Visit their website at www.eclecticgames.co.uk or search Facebook or Twitter for Eclectic Games. Hello and welcome to Accumulate, the game show where things can quickly add up. I'm your host Daniel Peake, and beside me are two teams who have passed the rigorous selection process we have for Accumulate, where they figured out they had to open the door before passing through the doorway. Well done, guys. Actually, most of them passed it, never mind. Accumulate is a game with 4 rounds, and the team that accumulates the most points after the 4th round will win. It is as simple as that. They will go through to the final, where the winners will then win a selection of board games from Eclectic Games, our sponsors. Eclectic Games in Market Way. You can visit their website at www.eclecticgames.co.uk or equally search for them on Facebook. So let's meet this week's teams. We have the Drama Queens and Bring It Back, and we'll start by meeting Bring It Back, Ben.
I'm Ben. I study politics, and my interesting fact is that I'm a disco dancer.
Why is your name not...
Because Mum called me Ben. Like, she didn't know I'd be into disco before when I was 0 or born.
Disappointing. Here's Tom.
My name's Tom. I'm studying English Lit and Film and Theatre Studies, and my interesting fact is that Prince Nassim once gave me his autograph when all I wanted was to ask him for directions.
Ah, nice. Where did you want to go?
I was trying to find the fire station because I was meeting my friend there, and I didn't realise it was Prince Nassim, even though I'm quite a big fan of him. I didn't recognise him without the trunks on.
What was he wearing?
He's just normal clothes. He's
Oh,
retired
right.
boxing now, so...
Phew. Here's Cameron.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I study English Literature, and I think I speak for the whole team when I say that we're not just here to win today, we're here to entertain and to educate you all.
Good luck with that. And we'll go over to the Drama Queens. Sorry guys, that was a bit harsh, but fair. And here's the Drama Queens. Let's meet Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm a third year economics student, and my interesting fact is I get 2 inches taller when I go abroad.
Why is that?
No idea.
Okay, harsh but fair by the way, I still think. Here's Freddie.
Hi, I'm Freddie. I'm a third-year student studying ancient history. I'm incapable of breaking fire alarms because I'm scared of the noise.
I'm also afraid of fire alarms. We sure? Yeah.
Talk about it.
Harsh but fair. Harsh but fair. And here's Jack.
I'm Jack. I'm a second-year War, Peace and International Relations student, and my interesting fact is I can't tell the difference between seagulls and pigeons.
Interesting. What is the difference between a seagull and a pigeon then?
I'm still not entirely sure. Except I think one of them's by the sea.
That would work. Thanks very much, teams. Let's play with a nice round 1. Round 1 is the accumulator. 5 questions for each team. The first one is worth 1, the second one is worth 2, and so on and so forth. The first 3 questions will be individual efforts. 4 and 5 will be for the team as a whole. Now, we had a coin toss before we began the show, and the blue team lost, so they get to choose the category. And here's your choice. Would you like houses or Bowsers? Houses or Bowsers?
I don't know what Bowsers are.
It's the bad guy in Mario, Super Mario.
So I'm quite good at that.
Yeah,
You want to go for that?
go for it.
We're going for Bowser's.
Going for Bowsers. Something in the answer is a pun on a video game character. Yes. So who's going to have the 1 point question? Is it going to be Ben?
It's me.
Here's your 1 point question. What financial disaster occurred in the US in late October 1929?
The Wall Street crash.
The Wall Street crash. Bandicoot is correct there. And for 2 points, who is it? It is Tom. What clever device does Doctor Who carry around to unlock tricky situations?
Sonic screwdriver.
A sonic screwdriver, Sonic the Hedgehog there. And for 3 points, Cameron. Post, button, stud and dumbbell are all types of what clothing accessory?
I've got no idea.
That is a cuff link. Link being the video game character there from Zelda. Questions 4 and 5 are for the team, so here's number 4 for 4. Who became Prime Minister of Italy in November 2011?
politics student. Come on, sort it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it Spyro?
Good guess. It was actually Mario Monti, whose nickname is Super Mario. And finally, which is the only UK town other than Tunbridge Wells and Wootton Bassett to have royal as its prefix?
If we'd have had,
Cheltenham Spa.
It is a spa, but it's Leamington Spa. Lemming being the video game character, and you got 3 points in that round. So how will the drama queens do? You have houses. Something in the answers will relate to where animals live. Something where animals live. So for 1 point, we have Freddie. What term in poker means to stop bidding, hand in your cards, and stop playing a hand?
Oh gosh, I've blanked here. So I could repeat the question, sorry.
Very quickly. What term in poker means to stop bidding, hand in your cards, and stop playing a hand?
I don't play poker. I'm really sorry. Pass.
You would fold your hand.
Fold. Right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Animals live in a fold.
Fold. Got it.
Sheep, cattle, it's a fenced enclosure. For 2 points, Sam, what company makes Smarties, Yorkie chocolate bars, and Kit Kats?
Nestle.
Yes, Nestle. Nestle. Birds live in nests, you know. They do. For 3 points, here's Jack. Which Australian Formula One driver had the number 2 car at Red Bull in 2011? Australian Formula One driver.
Pass. I don't watch that.
That was Mark Webber. Webb being where spiders live. They do. And for 4 points, here's an entire team question. Which character, a villain in EastEnders, was the subject of an assassination attempt from a garden hidden in daffodils in 1989, but was actually killed by a blow to the head with a doorstop in 200005?
Dirty Den.
Yes, a den being where foxes live, for example. And also badgers.
Good.
Got back from the fold there. Wasn't it?
Also badgers and mountain lions live in a fold, in a den. And finally, for 5 points, which epic novel centres around the events leading up to the invasion of Russia by France, as seen by 5 Russian families? I'm going to hurry you.
So have we got Warren or Burrow in the
6 borrowers, isn't there?
It's worth a try. It was War and Peace. War and Peace.
Oh.
And at the end of that round, Team Bring It Back are on 3 points, whilst the Drama Queens are on 6. And all that could change with Speculate to Accumulate. Round 2 is Speculate to Accumulate. I'm going to give each team a list of 6 objects, one of which is a red herring. They need to work out which one that is, put the other 5 in order, and all in 45 seconds. They'll get 1 point for the first item that is in the correct place within the list, 2 points for the second, and 3 points for the third, and so on and so forth. Now, you lose, you choose. You're currently on 3 points, Team Bring It, so you get to choose. Would you like the X Factor or the Z Factor?
You're looking at me on my knowledge of X Factor.
Yeah, I'm not great on the old X Factor, but...
Go on X Factor, man.
What?
Go on X Factor, man.
Better than Z Factor.
No, X. Go on X, go on.
We're going X Factor.
Okay, you're going for the X Factor. Okay, Team Bring It Back. Starting with the earliest, put these X Factor winners in order that they won the talent show. Remember that one person does not belong to the list, and your answers are Steve Brookstein, Alexandra Burke, Matt Cardle, Leon Jackson, Leona Lewis, and Ollie Mers. Your 45 seconds starts now.
Right, Brookstein's first.
I'm pretty sure Mers is the red herring.
Yeah, he didn't win.
Yeah, fine. That means Cardle won that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leon Jackson, I don't remember.
Lewis was
that-
before
it's
Burke.
that-
Then
like
it's
Jackson or
Jackson.
Lock
I
it
see
in, that's
either
it.
those two.
No, that's right.
You're happy with
Is that
that?
correct?
That's
Right, 30
Yeah,
seconds
happy
to
with
just
that.
talk then.
Yeah.
Would you like me to stop the clock?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
We'll end that a little bit early. So, who have you got as your red herring?
Ollie
Got
Mers.
Mr. Mers.
Ollie Mers came second in 2009, that is correct. So, who won first?
Steve Brookstein.
He did, he won the very first one in 2004. Next,
Leona.
one in 2006. Next,
Burke.
it's not. It's
Oh,
actually Leon
Jackson.
Jackson who won in 2007. Then next,
Jackson.
it's Alexandra Burke who won in 2008. Then next,
Cardle.
in 2010. So you got 3 in the right place, 1 for the first, 2 for the second, 3 for the third. That's 6 points. So, Drama Queens, this leaves you with the Z Factor. Starting with the least, put these languages in order of the points that the letter Z is worth in their edition of Scrabble. Remember that one answer does not belong to the list. Your answers are Afrikaans, English, German, Italian, Lithuanian, and Polish. 45 seconds, starts now.
That's the red herring.
Probably.
Yeah.
English.
I think English is going to have the most amount.
Because it's not. It's a rare.
It's less common.
Polish Z is quite common, and I think German is quite common in German as well.
Hang on, we go. Is this least? to
Starting
most?
with the least.
Least.
Least over here. Most
No,
over here.
Polish.
Lithuanian's going to be there.
German and
has probably that way around because there's a lot of double Zs in Italian.
French control.
Well, I think Italian.
Yes, but there's more double Zs
I think
in.
Italy might have more than Germany. Yeah.
Okay, do that.
But
Yeah.
then Zurich.
Do you reckon?
Zurich? Right, 8 seconds.
Zurich. Like
I
Zurich.
think Italy will have more. I think Italy will have more.
Okay, do that.
Okay.
But no, I think Italy will have more.
Go. We haven't got a choice. Go.
Time.
I meant the other one.
That's a tough question. That's a horrible question. What have you got as your red herring?
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans is correct as the red herring. They do have Zs in their language, but they don't have any in their Scrabble set because it's a relatively rare letter, so they don't put any in the set. So that's why it's the red herring. What is your least valuable Z?
Polish.
That is correct. It's worth 1 in the Polish Scrabble. Cool. Next,
Lithuania.
it's German. It's worth 3 in German. Then next,
German.
it's actually Lithuanian, so you got those two around. It's worth 5 in Lithuanian. Next,
Italian.
Italian, it's worth 8. And finally,
English.
it's worth 10 points in English Scrabble. So you also got 3 correct. That's 6 points. And so at the end of that round, the scores are Team Bring It Back are on 9 points, whilst the Drama Queens, they're on 12.
Yay.
Well done if you spotted the deliberate mistake of spelling Leon Jackson wrong. Whoops. I'll fire the editor. Let's build some accumulate towers. Round 3 is the accumulate tower. 90 seconds of quick fire questions where every time they get one right, each team can build a layer of the tower. Each layer consists of an upturned cup and an upturned plate. They don't get any points for the questions, but they do get points for the tower. They'll get 1 point for the first layer of a tower they build, 2 points for the second, 3 for the third, and so on and so forth. Because it will start getting quite wobbly, they can build 2 towers as a form of insurance. As you're in the lead, we're going to give the Drama Queens the first go. So, are you ready? Here are your cups and plates, 10 cups, 10 plates. Your 90 seconds starts now. In rugby, which country joined the 5 nations to make it the 6 nations?
Italy.
Correct. First layer of the tower. Who was the main build star of the 2012 Super Bowl halftime show?
Madonna.
Madonna is correct. She didn't have a bill, she was just billed.
MIA.
She gave the finger, didn't she? On the London Underground maps, what colour is the Bakerloo line? Correct, unless you print it out in black and white, obviously. Which of these UK airports is the biggest in terms of passenger numbers, Luton, Heathrow or Gatwick? It is Heathrow. With Jude Law, who starred as Sherlock Holmes in the 2009
Robert Downey
film?
Jr.
Correct.
Then I moved. Changed down. Yeah.
And in the 2011 sequel. In which year was Facebook founded, 1994 or 2004?
2004.
Correct. 30 seconds. Jim Davidson and John Virgo presented which snooker-based game show?
Can you pass?
It's Big Break. According to the Wordsworth poem, I wandered as lonely as a...
Cloud.
I did. 15 seconds. And which of the following is a type of cloud? Hammer, anvil, or stirrup? No, it's an anvil. What is 10 squared? Yes. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Time!
Oh! But time was up. You said time.
No? You... Sorry.
No!
I think you might be upset, but you do have 1 tower left worth 10 points. So, time for Team Bring It Back to have 90 seconds of questions. Are you ready?
Yep.
Your 90 seconds begins now. Black-eyed, green and sugar snap are all types of which vegetable?
Bees.
Yes. What is the 16th letter of the alphabet? P is correct.
Actually gave 16 answers. So.
What name is given to the dry, rattling curdle put inside a whistle to help make it noise? To help it make noise.
Pass.
That is a P. Forced to change it after a court case, how is Puff Daddy now known?
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy is correct. According to the tongue twister, Peter Piper picked a peck of what?
Picky peppers.
He did.
Correct.
In the company name HP, what does the P stand for?
Hewlett.
The P.
P. Packard.
Yes. P is the chemical symbol for which element?
Plutonium.
No, it's phosphorus, and I'll stop taking the P now. Which country is known as the land of the rising sun?
Japan.
It is. 30 seconds.
Steady.
Shaking slightly. Laughing doesn't help him. What is the currency of Japan?
Yen.
It is. You have 15 seconds.
I'm scared. Jeez Louise, just put it on. We've got 10.
8 seconds. Which Manchester City player was placed on gardening leave for allegedly refusing to play as a substitute?
Gomez.
It is, yes. And that is time. You have one tower worth 6 points, one tower worth 10. That gives you 16 points. At the end of the accumulator round, how are we doing points-wise? The Drama Queens, you're on 22 after a catastrophic tower collapse. Never mind. The Bring It Back team are on 25. All that can change, it's time for the Super Accumulator. Round 4 is the Super Accumulator. 10 questions, fastest fingers on the buzzers. Buzz in, get it right, I will give you points for the question. Question 1 is worth 1, question 2 is worth 2, all the way up to question 10 worth 10. But buzz in, get it wrong, and you will lose the points for that question, and I'll hand it over to the other team, and they could buzz in and get it right, or indeed wrong, and win or lose points. Clear enough? Clear as mud? The winners after this round will go through to the final, and they'll be able to play for some board games from Eclectic Games, our sponsors. You can visit their Facebook page if you go and search for Eclectic Games. ECLECTIC. Lots of C's. Eclectic Games. Enough about Eclectic. Let's move on to the final round. So, are we ready? The theme is chesticles. Something in the answers relates to terms in chess. Chesticles. Are we ready? Here's the first question for a point. Question 1 for 1. Complete the name of this Beatles single. A Hard Day's Tom.
Night.
Night is correct. Obviously, that's a piece. Question 2 for 2. Question 2 for 2. Who is famous for apparently saying, "We are not amused"? Jack.
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria is correct. Queen. 3 for 3. What type of shop that has 3 balls as its traditional logo can you obtain, Tom?
Pawn shop.
Pawnbroker, pawn shop is fine. Phew, I'm glad that's pawn out of the way. For 4 points. In 1986 in Cape Town, Desmond Tutu was ordained as what rank of clergyman? Sam.
Bishop.
I'll accept bishop. It's technically archbishop, but bishop is the main bit. It's close enough, so I'll give you that 4 points. For 5 points. What device is banged on a surface to make it resonate at a constant known pitch, the sound of which can then be used to adjust the notes of various musical instruments? Tom.
Tuning fork.
It's a fork, yes. You can fork a player's pieces. For 6 points. What is the name given to the curved stick used by a shepherd, often looking like a tall walking stick? Sam.
Rook.
A crook is correct. Rook being the term there. For 7 points. What nationality was the author Franz Kafka, the composer Antonin Dvorak, Cameron?
German.
He wasn't. 7 points away, and no conferring. And by birth, the tennis player Martina Navratilova. Anyone going to buzz? Check. Check being the term there. For 8 points. Which fictional character written in books by Carlo Collodi was created by his master Geppetto as a puppet who dreamt of Jack?
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. You can pin players' pieces. That is correct. For 9 points. Which former British tennis player is now a tennis commentator and a TV presenter, having presented shows such as Divided and GMTV on ITV, and was on the first series?
Andrew Castle.
Andrew Castle is correct. And was on the first series of 71 Degrees North. And finally, for 10 points, think lottery for this one. What type of bird would you expect to be able to net male monarchs from the water? What? Sam?
Kingfisher.
Kingfisher is correct. King and Bobby Fischer as well. That's 10 points to your team. That's the end of the quiz. So what are the final scores? The winners will go through to the final, the losers will not. And indeed, we'll give them a silly little prize. So let's find out the final scores. Drama Queens, you ended up with 52 points. Good score. Team Bring It Back, you ended up with 36, meaning the winners are the Drama Queens. Very well done, guys. Team Bring It Back, your your run of one win, admittedly one win, never mind, has come to an end, but it was good to have you on so many shows this season. We don't want you to go away empty-handed, so we have a little waggle stick for you here.
Oh,
Here you go.
best runner-up prize ever.
One for you, and we have 2 more here, so we've got, if I just waggle that one,
Let's talk.
there you go.
There aren't any
And
losers.
whilst I now regret giving those prizes away, I'll say it's goodbye from Team Bring It Back. It's goodbye from the Drama Queens.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. I'll see you for the Accumula final. Bye.